Daniel Cormier, one of the most respected figures in mixed martial arts and a former two-division UFC champion, has publicly voiced his frustration with the way takedowns are scored in MMA. Using Merab Dvalishvili's dominant yet controversial performance at UFC 320 as a prime example of what he sees as a flawed system. At UFC 320, Dvalishvili, 21-4 MMA, 14-2 UFC, successfully defended his bantamweight championship against Cory Sandhagen, 18-6 MMA, 11-5 UFC. While Dvalishvili's relentless wrestling earned him a unanimous decision victory, the stat that caught the most attention was his 20 successful takedowns out of 47 attempts, one of the highest totals ever recorded in a title fight. However, the impressive number didn't sit well with everyone. Sandhagen criticized Dvalishvili's grinding, pressure-heavy approach after the fight, calling it a gamey way to win. According to Sandhagen, constantly dragging an opponent to the mat without maintaining control or inflicting damage doesn't truly embody the spirit of an MMA takedown. Cormier, a former Olympic wrestler and UFC Hall of Famer, partly agreed. Speaking on his ESPN show Good Guy, Bad Guy alongside Cory Sandhagen, Cormier explained that while Dvalishvili's efforts were valid under current MMA judging standards, the way those takedowns are officially scored doesn't make much sense to experienced grapplers. Cory Sandhagen is a little bit off in his assessment of what was happening, Cormier said. What he got done to him were MMA takedowns, not wrestling takedowns. When Khabib got 24 takedowns, those were MMA takedowns too. What Merab did to Cory multiple times were mat returns. He never broke his grip. Cormier broke down the sequence to illustrate his point. In wrestling, once an opponent stands back up after being taken down, the control is considered broken. But in MMA, the rules are looser. If a fighter lifts their opponent and returns them to the mat, even briefly, it's scored as another takedown, even if no control or damage follows. He always had his hands locked, Cormier continued. When Cory got up, Merab would pick him up and put him back down to the mat. Because Cory was standing and then got taken down again with control, it's counted as another takedown.